As you may know, SIM is a 120-plus-year-old mission and has missionaries all over the world. And one of their pillars of service is responding to need. Of course, there's physical need, there's the spiritual need of bringing the gospel to those that have never heard. But we have the privilege of being involved with the medical need.
Medical missions is a strategic place for reaching the lost with the gospel, finding the hope of Jesus Christ. Many people find themselves in health crisis on a regular basis. Things like childbirth, death, major illnesses are things that everyone has to deal with themselves or with their family members. And when they come to those points, it's key times that people consider, what is my eternal situation? Is there an afterlife, and does it matter?
I see it as a true gift to be able to meet people in their need, where I am able to care for someone with their malaria, but I'm also able to pray over them and to minister to their heart and to their emotional needs.
It's a missionary hospital. The main purpose is to reach to the unreached. We are here to show the light of Jesus Christ.
The center here in Jos is in a strategic location, being between the north and the south. A lot of our patients from the north who have difficulties financially find that they can make it to our center. And additionally, SIM is continuing to press northward into northern Nigeria, and medical missions would be a key strategy for how to reach some people in some difficult to reach places. That would be in any specialty in medicine.
The way we are situated, we attend to different ethnic groups, Nupe, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, Ebira, and the rest. If you know the history of the country, the Hausa and the Fulani are actually least ministered to as it relates to the gospel. So we see the hospital being strategic even for them as they come, because when they are sick, this is the best place they can get care. The hospital is also strategic in letting them see the light of the gospel.
Oh, patients, I think they are all from all over the country and from our neighboring country, all over West Africa. From our record in the past, we see between 25,000 to 30,000 patients on a yearly basis. The only eye mission hospital, I'm talking about full-fledged eye mission hospital. This is the way.
Egbe Hospital is a very rural location, about 100 miles from the next large city. So in that region of 100 miles, there's really no medical care, particularly above a clinic level, shall you say. And the fact that people can come here and experience medical excellence in a very rural environment, but more so than that, as they're here recovering from their physical ailments, many of them for the first time are hearing the gospel in their language.
The average woman spends about a month at our center, and during their time at our center, they're able to build relationships, to see who is this Jesus that people are talking about. And as a result, we actually see quite a number of our patients choosing to become believers while they're at our center.
Many of those women have their first contact with Christ and Christianity when they come to Evangel Hospital. It's cutting right to the heart of mission, where we're reaching the unreached, we're reaching people who do not even have the money to pay for their health. And when they come here, they are exposed to the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ.
We believe that when we train a family physician, when he goes out there, he represents the gospel, building Christian doctors that have not only leadership quality, but they are Christ-centered and bringing others to Christ.
And then you've got your patients that are in the hospital, of where many come to know the Lord there, and then they go back to their villages, join churches if there happens to be one in that area, or bring back to their families the good news of not only were they healed physically here, but they were introduced to Christ and left here as a Christ follower.
Quite honestly, I have seen people who are dead come back to life in this hospital by God's power alone. We've watched women who, by all accounts, should have died somehow miraculously be healed and yet go home healed of their condition. We really thank God for those opportunities and use them quite deliberately to explain to the patient and to their family members, this is God. God did not want any of us to risk stealing His glory on this one. We're just happy to share that God has the power to heal and He chooses to use it and chooses to use us in the healing process sometimes, and other times does it entirely on His own.
This hospital would not have existed till now without the missionaries. The missionaries come not only to teach theoretically, but to be a living example. But it is not easy to get somebody that exemplifies what Christ does. And when people see that in the lives of others, it helps to make Christianity real. I think the missionaries have done a great job and will still continue to need them.
So we are praying that those who are called will come, and we really need them. If they come, we really be grateful to God.
Partnership with the missionaries, either volunteers or residents, is actually one of the key things for the sustainability of this hospital.
I think it's fair to say that all fields, no matter where they are, would say that they need more missionaries in all different areas of work. I would just say we truly need to earnestly pray to raise up missionaries of this generation and of the generations to come. Because it seems like that fire for the Lord to truly go out to the ends of the earth and to follow His will and not our own will seems to be waning.
I want to thank you for your interest in missions. And I also want to challenge you or pique your interest in looking into perhaps serving with SIM, specifically in Nigeria. And Nigeria is the most populated African country on the continent, with about 180 million people. So it's a powerhouse, a place where as Nigerians come to know the Lord, they're the big brother of Africa.